Okay, we are back on stage now. We're going to talk about Road Not Taken. Now the first thing I notice about this, Dave, is just how gorgeous it is.
Thank you very much.
And that's kind of like, I looked at it, I was like, this is so gorgeous, and I know I'm talking to him later on this week. And all I want to know is that it's beautiful, and he can tell me all about it.
Thank you. I want to give a shout out to our lead artist, Brent Kobayashi. It's his work, and he does amazing stuff. He's done all the art in the game, all the trailers, all the animations, everything. Goes by the Twitter handle Meowza. Yeah.
Awesome. So this is kind of an adventure game, like an open world adventure game, but it's also a puzzle game.
Yes. So for those of you who know, these games, it's basically Don't Starve meets Triple Town. It's a puzzle roguelike.
Okay.
The levels are procedurally generated. You can actually see the main character is appearing here in the first part of the forest. Everything that appears in the forest, 95% of it, all of the objects are randomly placed. About 5% of the content of the game are custom, handcrafted puzzles that we made, but most of it's random.
Okay.
Your job as the ranger is to rescue kids that have been lost in the forest. The forest is full of dangerous stuff, like demon bunnies and wolves and some stuff that seems totally innocuous, like raccoons, and then you accidentally throw them and they turn vicious and start attacking you repeatedly. The basic conceit of the gameplay is simply that you only have one power. You can levitate objects, and then you can thrust them away from you, and that's it. That's all you can do. So when you're encountering these dangerous creatures and these strange mystical objects and stuff like that, that's your way of dealing with them. There's nothing else you can do.
Okay.
So you can't kill them. There's no weapons in this game. It's just using your brain to get around.
So right here,
yes,
we can see our character levitating, moving things around. What's our objective in this puzzle?
So right in this situation, he's trying to open that door on the right, and the door that says it has the three little bulls, the bull and the number 3 next to it.
Yeah.
So he's got to get 3 bulls next to each other. You'll notice there aren't even 3 bulls in this room. So what he's got to do is he's got to leave this room and go find another bull in order to get that door open, and then somehow get them together.
So puzzle pieces and blocks and characters actually come with you. This is not single screen puzzles and then you leave.
No, this forest is I don't know off the top, I can't remember from memory, but this forest is probably 12 screens, and you have to go around these 12 screens trying to find the kids and reuniting them with their parents. And to do that, again, you're opening these doors, and he's about to get this bull down into that other room. You'll notice that every time he's carrying something and moves around, he loses a point of energy. And his energy is up there in the top left, 32.
Gotcha.
Once that hits 0, he's dead, and the game is over.
Okay. So these are these vast multi-screen puzzles.
Yes.
Where you have to get everything together in a certain number of moves, really. You've got a certain amount of energy. So you have to be very economical and plan this stuff ahead.
And every once in a while, you can do things to help you. So you'll notice that there's a campfire up there in the top left. When you build a campfire in a room, you actually eliminate the movement penalty. So in that room, you can be really sloppy and whatever.
Okay.
You can also use the fire to cook food. You can also use the fire to do some other secret things that I don't want to spoil for the audience. The game is the game has about 200 secrets in it. So there's tons and tons of stuff that you can learn how to do that we don't tell you. You just kind of have to figure it out.
I love the idea of using these resources and this crafting from these games to create basically like cheats and stuff for a puzzle game.
Yeah, exactly. And some of it, so you can make, let me give you a few more examples. You can make magic potions. You can make a potion of fear that when you throw it at an enemy will cause the enemy to run away from you. Or for that matter, maybe there's a block that's in your way and you can't move it because it's heavy. You can throw the potion of fear at the block and then the block will run away from you. You can make, like we already mentioned, the campfire. You can make a potion of stun. You can make a potion of grip that makes it easy to lift things. There's all kinds of things that you can make. You can also accidentally make bad things. So I don't think it happens in this video, but if you accidentally throw one of those red ghosts at a rabbit, the rabbit will become a demon bunny, and they're hellacious. Like, you don't want that. Like, you don't want that to happen.
That's so awesome. So it really does have that spirit of a Don't Starve or a Minecraft or any of those games where it's like, well, until we try, we don't know what's going to come out of this.
Yep, very much so.
That's awesome. I love that element of surprise there. The little kids look so scared. They're shivering there.
They are indeed. And one of the tough things that can happen, so we've done this very intentionally. You'll notice in the top right, it shows 1 of 4. So you need to rescue 4 kids to complete the mission in the best way possible. But you can actually finish the mission if you just rescue 50% of the kids. So 2 of 4 is enough.
Yeah.
So at some point, you may have to make a difficult choice, like, I'm almost out of energy.
Yeah.
Do I want to bail out and leave 2 kids, or am I going to
Hey
go
man,
for
that's
it?
2 more kids that were never going to come home.
That's right.
Right?
That's right. And you'd be
Can't
surprised.
get 'em all.
And but it's amazing to watch. Like, people get really emotional about it. Like,
Yeah.
even though they know that they don't have to rescue all 4 kids, they feel terrible about leaving one behind. So they'll really push themselves.
It's because of how sad they look in their little bunny hoods. That's terrible. I couldn't leave that kid behind.
I'm one of those guys. I hate leaving them behind.
So this is great. So you just solved the puzzle. We have 4 trees contiguous, and we get to move on.
Yep.
Oh my gosh, and the art style changes up so much.
Oh yeah. This room, of course, this is a spider room, and so you can see the spider is traversing through the webs, and it's going after that kid that's cocooned.
Oh, and as you move, they're going to move too for the
That's
children.
right. For every 2 moves you take, the spider moves 1 move, and you'll see it's cocooning the kid. So if you don't get to the kid within 8 moves of the spider getting next to it, it will eat the kid.
Wow.
So yeah, and that's one of the interesting things about this game is some things attack you, but the most dangerous things in the game actually completely ignore you. They actually try to get the kids. And that's where all the tension comes from. You're like, oh, the spider's about to eat the kid, I have to go deal with it. Or that witch is about to toss the kid in a cauldron, or whatever.
That's so great, man. I love the look of this. Tell me, what PlayStation consoles are we coming to here, and when are we going to be able to get our hands on?
So this is going to be a PS4 and Vita. PS4 at launch for sure. Vita, we're still not 100% certain. And sometime this summer.
Please do Vita.
Sorry?
Please do Vita.
I for sure will do Vita. I just don't know if we'll hit launch, but for sure Vita. It might be a couple months after
Awesome.
the PS4.
Well, thanks so much, Dave. This looks awesome.
Thank you.
PlayStation